Well, g'day everyone. Really excited today because I just got my new hub from OWC. I've had this on order since I think early November, and it's just come this morning, and I can't wait to sort of try it all out with this new system. One of the problems with the M Series Max is you've only got two ports at the back, which are Thunderbolt 3 and USB 4. So if you want a lot of peripherals connected, you can get into trouble very, very quickly because you just haven't got enough ports to add them. Now, I did previously buy a Belkin Thunderbolt 3 hub as well, and I'll show you how my system sort of looks and what I've got in a moment. But this is also now going to give me the ability to add the hard drives to this and have my monitors and everything running and still have one port free USB-C at the front if I want to add in, say, my camera directly in and things like that. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at it. I'm not going to do an unboxing because I'll just show the unit itself, and I'll show you on the website what the units actually are. And then I'll run a speed test and sort of show you the type of speeds that I'm going to get from this device. At the moment, I've got my Samsung T7 connected directly to the back of the M1 Mac, and I think I'm probably going to get the exact same performance running it through the hub. So I know what that already is, and I'll tell you if I've got the same performance when I do the speed test. So let's have a look now at what I've got at the moment, and I'll also show you the more expandable one of this as well. So let me just switch to the website. So the one that I've got at the moment is this Belkin. And it's really actually quite a good hub. So let me just show you what's on the front and back of this unit. You can see up the top there that it has a USB-A, it's a 3.1 Gen 2 port. It also has a USB-C port, an SD card reader, and an audio in and out. So on the back, it's got four USB-A 3.0 ports. It's got a gigabit Ethernet. It's got a DisplayPort 1.4. It's also got two Thunderbolt 3 ports, and it also has a DC in, which is your power to go into this unit. So it's quite a good unit. The other thing too that I like about this is that it does have 85 watts upstream, so it will charge a 16-inch MacBook Pro, which is great. And I think that's one of the really good features about this. The OWC is only 60 watts, I think, so it will probably charge an M1 Mac, but it may have difficulty charging, say, a 16-inch Mac. As long as you leave it plugged in, it's probably not going to run out of power, but it probably couldn't charge it at the same time. So that's the one that I did buy recently because I couldn't get my hands on the OWC. Well, now the OWC one came in, like I said, this morning, and this is a really tiny unit, and I'll show it on the desk as we're talking, and you can sort of see the actual size of this. It really is tiny. But at the whole unit itself, this is what plugs into your computer at the front here. I'm a little bit confused why that's not at the back, but anyway, it's just the way it is. You also have then a USB-A at the front as well, and at the back, you've got your three Thunderbolt ports. Now, I'll come down here and you'll be able to see what's going on. It says you can create 3 independent daisy chains. Now that's fantastic if you're dealing with Thunderbolt because you can unplug without it sort of disconnecting the whole setup, so that's fantastic as well. There's 5 ports. It's 4 Thunderbolt USB-C and 1 USB-A. One of them is used to connect to your computer though, and it can drive 2 4K displays, or it can go up to a 1 8K or 6K display, and you have 60 watts of charging. And I'll just show you on the back how this looks. This is what you connect to your computer, and then you've also got, like I said, a USB 3 at the front, and this is what your power brick connects into, and your power brick is really quite large. It's larger than the unit itself. This is if you want to lock the unit down. And there's your 3 Thunderbolt 4 and USB 4 ports as well. These are little locks that you can use if you want to lock whatever you're plugging in. And it's, like I said, this is a similar setup to how I've got mine. It's tiny sitting under my desk, and I'll show that as we're sort of talking. So it does have this adjustable LED at the front, so if you want to turn that off, you can. There's a little pin at the front that you can just click in here and it will turn that off. Now that's the cheaper one, which is $149. Just to sort of show you too that It does do 40 gigabits per second, but you've got to remember too that that's up and down, so you'll probably get 20 up and 20 down, and that's the thing you've got to understand about the way that this Thunderbolt works. But it is great for daisy chaining all of your devices. Like I said, you just have the one hub and then you can connect it all through here. Like I have got a Pegasus hub connected into it at the moment, which is running RAID 5. And then I've got another 2 hard drives connected onto it as well. So the other one that they have here is just this I've seen here. Now, this is a bit more expensive. I haven't got this one, but if you wanted more inputs, this may be the way to go. And I believe this is easier to get than the one that I've been waiting all that time for, probably because it is a lot cheaper. It's about $100 cheaper. This one, you obviously have your SD card reader. You've got USB on the front. And then you've also got your USB-C or Thunderbolt, sorry, which will connect into the back of your computer. And then on the back of this one, you also have 3 Thunderbolt ports, and you've also got USB-A ports and also a gigabit Ethernet. So this is a more expandable type unit that you can use as well. So there are some really great solutions now, which is terrific. I'm really happy with the one I've got. It takes up minimal room on my desk, but I already have the Belkin. So probably if I didn't have the Belkin, I would have bought the second one that I showed you due to the extra ports that's got. But the interesting thing is I've only got one USB-C port free with these hubs. So because I am running a lot of extra devices like sound devices and things like that, and Wacom tablets and all this sort of stuff. So what we'll do now is I'm going to connect it, and then we'll do a speed test and just sort of show you the type of results that we'll get from this running it through the hub. And I'll sort of talk about what I was getting before using it connected directly, and we'll see if there was any difference. So let's do that now. Okay, so if you're looking here, once you've connected your devices, you can check your system information, and if you click on Thunderbolt, you can see that there is 2 buses. There's bus 1 and also bus 0. If you open these up, it will tell you what you've got connected. So I've got a Thunderbolt hub here, and this is the Otherworld computing hub. And you can check speed, for instance, like it's showing it's 40 gigabits per second, etc. And it'll tell you all about what's connected from these devices. Now, this will only show you what you've got connected through Thunderbolt. If I go to the next one, which is the Belkin, here you can then check information about your Belkin as well. And because I've got here, if I click down through this on the first one, you can see that the Pegasus R2 is connected as well, and I can get up to 20 gigabits per second on that with that device. That's Thunderbolt 2, not Thunderbolt 3. So it's a great way of checking. Now, if you had Thunderbolt drives, they would all appear under here as well. So it's a great way to check what's working, what their speed performance is, etc., etc. So that's a great thing to check and make sure everything's up and running well. All right, so what we'll do first, I'm just going to check the internal hard drive of the computer. So if we click into here, I'm just going to select target drive, and I'll show you the performance that you get from the internal drive, which is just completely nuts. But you would get, if you had say, one of the Thunderbolt drives and things like that, you would get very, very close to this internal drive. In some ways, you might even beat it. So you can do it if you're using a Thunderbolt 4 or 3 hub, which would be great, or USB 4. So you will get some amazing results if you're using some of the external enclosures that run on Thunderbolt. So you would get much better than what I'm going to get, because my drives that I'm showing you are USB-C. Let me just go back and I'll show you the performance that you're getting from the internal drive. So you're getting around about 2,800 on both read and write. It's 2.9. It's a little bit faster on the read. But amazing performance. You can see sort of down here, if you're looking, that you can do every single codec that's available. It will run everything that you need. So that's the internal hard drive on these Mac Minis. It would be the same if you're also running the MacBook Air or the MacBook Pro M1 series as well. Let me just come down and I'll show you how the T5 runs. So the second drive that I've got is a Samsung T5. Now it's a 2 gigabyte drive, but it's a T5 drive. So let me bring that up, and it's called Video Backup. So I'm going to open that up. Now, because it's the T5, it won't be as fast as what the T7 is. So I'll run this and you'll see that it's around about 413. Now, I'm happy with that. That's ample for what I would be using for video and things like that. So you can sort of see down here, if we look at what we're getting here, you can run everything in ProRes 422 HQ, which is what I tend to run anyway. So I could probably use that for nearly everything that I would ever want to do. So that's sort of giving you a speed performance for the Samsung T5. Now, if we look at the T7, it will be boosted up before. Now, this is roughly about the same as what I was getting. It's very, very close to what I was getting when I ran this through the Belkin. So it was a similar performance, very, very close. Let me come up and test the T7. So if I select the drive here, and we'll go down to this one, which is the video main, which is the T7, and we'll test that. Now, you can see the T7 is 200 megabits per second faster than what the other drive was. So you do get a big boost if you go up to the T7 over the T5. And like I said, this would give me the ability to run everything that I needed. So I'm very, very happy with that. And in fact, I was editing with it previously connected directly to the computer, and it was the same as this. This is the exact same figure I was getting when the drive was connected directly to the M1. So I'm not losing any performance at all. I do wonder whether they can bring out something that would improve this with software or something like that at a later stage, because I know if you connect them to the Intel Max, you're getting better performance. They're getting close to 1,000. So there is a penalty hit for some reason when they're connected to the M1 Max. But like I said, I'm happy with that performance. That's easily enough for me to do what I need to do. Okay, so let's look at how my whole system works. So I'll tell you how I've got this all plugged in. So the OWC unit that I've got here is connected. This one at the front here goes directly into the back of my M1 Mac Mini. Now at the back, I've got two drives, which is the T7 and the T5. So they're both my SSD drives that are plugged into the back of this. Over here is the Thunderbolt. Now that is a Thunderbolt to USB-C converter, because my Pegasus drive is a Thunderbolt 2 drive, and it's a different cable, so I had to buy a USB-C connector from Apple. So that's what's connected in there. So I've got my RAID system and my two hard drives connected through this. The Belkin itself over here is what this has is it just has the connector into the computer at the back. So the two ports are used by the two hubs, in other words. And then I'm running my monitor from USB-C. So I've got USB-C coming into here as well on this monitor. And then I've just got a couple of other devices, which are USB devices like this, which is my Rode system here plugged in. And then I've got a couple of ports that are free that I can add a little bit to later on. So it's a really nice little system. And if you're after something to expand the ports, it's a great little solution that you can just sit down on your desk. It takes up very, very minimal room. Like when I show you this as I'm talking, the difference in size between this little OWC one and the Belkin, although the Belkin did have many more ports, so you've got to take that into consideration. But if you wanted to keep it minimalistic and you're not using anything more than one USB-A device, this might be the perfect solution for you at only $149. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them at all. I paid for this out of my own money. So let me know if you have any questions and leave them down below. Apart from that, everyone, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.